The greatest health impact of the coronavirus has often been felt by the elderly. But in New York, its greatest economic harm has fallen on the young.
Here in the UK, young people were most likely to lose their jobs during the lockdowns. Their education, training and opportunities were all affected. The question is, what happens next?
The next few months will prove crucial, not just for the future of the industry in Thailand, but for the future of this nation's economy.
Zimbabwe's employment challenge is on full display here in Bare. Young people forced to find their own way have created a thriving informal sector.
As the economy reopens, their ingenuity may be just what we need. Not to rebuild what we had before, but to create a better world to live in.
Business on the BBC. Make the connection.
Now showing on BBC Real.
An NFT is a digital certificate of ownership, provenance and history. Just a certificate the same way that you would have of your car if you have one, but instead of being by a central authority in the place that you live, this is on a public ledger that the technology really proves both the provenance, the history and the current ownership of that particular asset that is tied to the NFT.
Watch more stories like this at bbc.com/real.
This is BBC News, the headlines. The United States says it will relax restrictions on air travel for fully vaccinated foreign nationals from early November. Those visiting the US will have to agree to COVID testing and contact tracing. Restrictions were imposed in March 2020. Lava is continuing to flow on the Spanish island of La Palma after a volcano erupted on Sunday. Local officials say that it could trigger explosions and toxic gases when the lava reaches the sea overnight. A BBC investigation has found that the UK's Ministry of Defence compromised the safety of Afghan interpreters because of a serious data breach following the withdrawal of Western forces from Afghanistan. And Justin Trudeau has cast his vote as Canadians go to the polls to elect a new parliament. The tight race has been set against the backdrop of a fourth coronavirus wave. Mr. Trudeau called the election early in the hope of gaining a parliamentary majority.
Live from Singapore, essential business news as it breaks and a look at the economic news that will shape the day. This is BBC World News and Asia Business Report.
Markets tumble on Wall Street over fears of contagion as Evergrande's debt deadlines loom. And what now for Macau? Tough new laws on gambling threaten the city's economic future. Hello and welcome to Asia Business Report. I'm Karishma Vaswani. Let's start in the US because trading floors there and investors have been seeing shares tumbling on fears that Chinese property giant Evergrande is near collapse. Let me show you how US markets did overnight. You can see they're down quite substantially. Well, our North America business correspondent Michelle Fleury has the latest from New York.
Yes, it was